On an unrelated side note, I now live in a multi-story petting zoo. I am beneath the rhinoceroses.
Welcome to this week's Close Enough podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jay. It's good to have you back, Mike. We missed you.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks there with work. He's switching my schedule, morning, night, late night. I'm all over the place lately.
That's all right. If last week proved anything, it's that we don't need you. Or that we really, really do.
Have you figured out which one it is?
Not yet.
All right. I haven't heard it yet, so
I'll let you know when I know something. What on earth is that?
This is something I found at 7-Eleven. I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm about to find out, though. It is from the Brewing Steel Company. It is a Steel Reserve Alloy Series Hard Pineapple. It's an 8% alcohol, and the can doesn't really say anything else on it or where it's from. So
make sure you shake it up before you open it.
Yeah, let's not shake it up.
He's flipping the can all around in the studio here.
Well, I want to try this. I do like pineapple, but this could be really good or really horrible.
It's Pineapple Steel Reserve.
Yeah, nowhere near as bad as I was expecting. But you remember that
oh, I can smell it from here.
That Four Loko shit that came out a few years ago?
Yeah,
kind of reminds me of that, with a little better flavor from the pineapple.
What does it say?
It says brewed for extra gravity and exceptionally smooth flavor. It's really not bad.
What the fuck does that mean?
Extra gravity? I don't know. Maybe they're saying you drink this shit, you'll stay on your couch.
You'll probably fall down a lot. I mean, this is from the makers of 211, which, is the choice of hobos and bums everywhere. If you can't find a Colt 45,
go with the Steel Reserve.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's nowhere near as bad as I was expecting from the label. But
no, dude, I can smell it.
Is it bothering you that much?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I got some Monster here too. You want some of that?
I'd rather.
So, what are you thinking this week, Jay?
You know what, Mike? I did a whole show of me thinking last week. A whole fucking 25-minute show of me bitching about things. So I'm thinking, let's earn a little money and get right into the movie review.
All right. This week's Close Enough podcast is brought to you by Clockwork Garage. Clocks, keychains, and more made from recycled auto parts for all your funhouse needs. Visit clockworkgarage.com.
Sorry, Funhouse? No, was it Funhouse or Fun House Needs?
Fun House Needs was where I was going with that.
Don't take any more vacations.
Vacation? That was definitely not a vacation.
It'll take you some time to get you back into the swing of things here. All right, well, I guess we're going to move right on to the movie review. We'll get this out of the way here.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers, we watched The Interview.
I remember.
You remember it?
I do.
Good. I brushed up on it earlier today. So we watched The Interview. We're going to, I don't think we're spoiling anything here, but spoiler warning. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we watched The Interview, a Seth Rogen, James Franco buddy comedy about a tabloid journalist and his producer who land an interview with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. They are then recruited by the CIA to assassinate him while on the trip. What did you think of the movie, Mike?
Well, real quick, before we jump into this, I don't agree with this statement, but something really weird happened to me the other day when I was at a Publix parking lot. I'm getting in my car, and I see these two guys, and I hear them talking, but I'm not paying attention. And I realize they're staring at me. And I'm like, okay. So as I go to get in the car, I turn around and look at them. And the guy goes, that's right. I said you look like a biker Seth Rogen.
Oh.
And they kept walking.
Okay.
Well, my first thought is, why did they say that's right? Like I was going to...
Like them's fighting words?
Yeah, that's the way it came across. I'm like, okay, this is really weird. Second of all, I don't look like Seth Rogen. I mean, I'm a stocky dude with glasses, but that's about it. He's Jewish. I'm German. He's got curly hair. I got straight hair. And I don't talk like that.
Well, there were German Jews at one point.
That's true, but I still don't see it. I mean, I've got the... I haven't shaved in a few weeks. That's another thing I'm trying to do right now is see how long I can go at work before they tell me I have to trim it up because we actually have...
Or put it in a
beard
net. Hairnet.
No, we actually have shaving rules and regulations at my job that can't be past like a quarter of an inch. I've got a couple inches going on here.
You do not have a couple inches. You may
Dude, that right
have
there is
inch.
about 2 inches right
That
there.
is not 2 inches.
Oh, come on.
Do you know how big an inch is?
The size of my knuckle. This knuckle's 1 inch.
Yeah. It's not even as long as your knuckle.
Okay, I have an inch and a half maybe.
You don't even have an inch. Give me a tape measure.
We're not measuring my facial
hair. We're
going
to measure your facial hair. We're going to take a fucking picture of it, too.
Anyways, I'm waiting for somebody to say something before I shave it off, because I'm sure it won't take that long. But his facial hair is not like this either. Why are we doing... What are you doing?
I'm taking a picture of your fucking beard.
What for? Wait, should I stick it out?
Yeah.
Make it all fluffy?
We'll do a close-up of you. That ain't no 2 inches of beard.
Oh, shut up. So can I assume we're going to post that during this part of the conversation?
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. If you're listening to this, look at the picture. Tell me if you think I look like Seth Rogen. I still don't see it.
Fucking biker Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I've gotten that before. I've had several people who didn't know each other tell me I look like Brian Austin Green or David Allen Green or somebody.
Who?
I don't know. Some fucking 90210 guy. I had short, spiky hair at the time, but
Maybe it was the hair.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the movie review. I like the movie.
Okay.
I thought it was funny. It definitely... There was a few parts with James Franco where I could have just done without his overacting. But as a whole, I thought it was pretty funny. It was done fairly well for what it was doing. I don't know anything about the facts of how accurate or inaccurate a lot of those were. But I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. I've seen it a couple times now. It makes me laugh. Some good quotes in there that I just think are funny. Not that they're something I'm going to steal. Sometimes movies have some good one-liners and you're kind of like, oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I formulate every conversation I've ever had.
Yeah, this one wasn't really a one-liner stealer in my opinion, but it had some stuff that was pretty funny. I don't know. What'd you think of it?
Well, I mean, I thought it was garbage.
That bad?
Yeah. Have you seen Pineapple Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, well then you've seen this.
No, it wasn't that bad. Pineapple Express I didn't really care for.
It was the same thing to me. It was a couple of dudes. It was dick and fart jokes the whole way through. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There were some moments that I laughed at. Little side, jabs that were, for example, when they're in the car, he's on the phone. Not the racy lacism part, but the later on. Did you say China? Also, did you say dong? Yeah. I giggled at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 14 sometimes, but there was too much of it. You hit it on the head with Franco's overacting. It was really weird to see Seth Rogen playing the straight man.
Like the more serious of the group, you mean?
No, the not homosexual. Yes, the serious one. It was a little unusual that he was the one who had some sense in him.
A little bit.
But as you were saying about the facts of it, they get a lot of the facts wrong. Except for Korean women are attractive. That is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just some parts I thought was really funny. But like you said, it's dick and fart jokes a lot of times. So you got to be in the mood for that. Like, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan as far as his films go. I listen to some of his podcasts. And a lot of it is just dick and fart about eating pussy kind of jokes. I mean, that's most of what his stuff is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a place for it.
Which, yeah, but I'm not going to watch that all the time. What made this movie stand out that was so different that you disliked it that much?
Oh, it didn't stand out from amongst the crowd of retarded dick joke movies.
Well, okay, are you a fan of Kevin Smith films?
Yeah. I didn't care for Pineapple Express. I didn't care for any of the, the fucking, what was that McLovin one? Superbad. Movies like that. I kind of group them all together as, either, stoner comedies or, not necessarily that Superbad was a stoner comedy, but the kind of stuff where the movie doesn't have any substance and you don't walk away from it with anything. I mean, you can have a silly fucking movie that's utterly entertaining, and at the end of it, you don't gain anything. Super Troopers, for example.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's hilarious because it's off the wall, and it's you finish it up and you're like, yes. You're making a sequel to that, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard.
I'm a little upset.
I'm excited because it's the same people.
Yeah.
You're not expecting much from it.
I'm not a sequel fan.
Okay.
Very rarely does a sequel even live up to the expectations of the original, let alone surpass it. To my knowledge, it's only happened once. I'm not counting Empire Strikes Back.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Technically, it's a sequel, but really, it's just the middle of an ongoing story. It's the middle of the 3 and only 3 Star Wars movies they made. But my favorite sequel, Terminator 2.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Way better than Terminator 1.
Well, no, not necessarily sequels, I guess, but like the Batman movies. They came out with the 3 Nolan movies. All 3 of those were fantastic movies.
Those were the latest 3?
No, yeah, the more recent ones.
I agree.
If you go back to, it was 2 Tim Burton, 2 what's
Schumacher?
Schumacher. Yeah, that guy. Those two were horrible movies.
Was that Nipple?
Funny
Batman?
parts. That was the fourth, the Clooney one. Those movies were not very good at all, but
No, they weren't.
they had their place as far as humor goes. The Burton ones was definitely just a Burton film, so I mean, I really couldn't say at that point in time that those would be sequels, but like I enjoyed those movies. Well, anything Batman, of course, I'm gonna enjoy. But Nolan is the reason I brought that up. He did all three of those movies, and they kind of were sequels the way they left off. They, the end of the first one, you see the Joker card, and then the Joker comes in the next one, and so on and so forth. I thought those were good movies as far as that goes. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, probably the... I mean, I look at that as a trilogy, though. I look at it as one continual story, same as Star Wars or The Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I can see that.
So I don't really consider it a sequel.
Oh.
In the same sense of a sequel.
Right.
It's like Rocky 5000 or...
Oh, God, no, man. I remember like Rocky 1, 2, and 3. I don't
You
remember.
bet against Rocky?
Yes.
Who bet against Rocky?
That was in Dirty Work. The Doctor.
See, there's another movie that was all dick and fart jokes, though, but had its moments.
Mm-hmm.
For me, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie was the movie line, where they're moving him out, then he stops the car and runs away.
Oh, yeah.
He was supposed to keep driving.
Anyways, back to the interview. There was a few things I thought were really hilarious. Some things, whatever. I loved the whole part with the tiger when they're dropping off the second package and he's crawling and the tiger's coming up. I don't know, that whole situation. Like, what did you think of that scenario? I'm just curious.
Well, the part with the tiger, it had its moments, but I think Franco ruined that scene too.
It's a big dog, dude. Come on.
You can't punt that bitch. Can't punt that bitch. Great. Now you've taken cunt punt from me. I can't say cunt punt because people are gonna be like, haha, you saw the interview too. I did have some issues with that scene with the freaking Jolt Cola hot pocket eating fucking UAV operator in Nellis.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, drone operators are incredibly professional individuals, and that was like some fucking Counter-Strike schmuck. But the scene where he's out there with the tiger, and I don't know, Franco ruined it like every other scene.
Yeah.
Because he's out there freaking out. And...
They hate us because they ain't us.
Ugh.
Oh, God, man, I swear, that was
I've heard that a few times now. I've seen it pop up on Facebook.
That's what I was going to say. I've seen it pop up. I haven't heard it in real life. Oh, man, have you really heard people saying that shit now?
No, but...
It's going to happen.
I am going to, just to be fair to you guys at home, I'm going to refrain from my haters rant. I have a haters rant. You'll get it eventually, but we're gonna skip it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was just the technical details of that scene kind of bugged me. They flew the Predator there in 20 minutes. We don't have any assets within 20 minutes of Pyongyang. None.
Okay, I see. This is something I wouldn't have paid that close
I
attention
mean,
to.
we're maybe an hour and a half flying time from our bases in South Korea, but no 20 minutes with a lab that can produce ricin is.
We'll look past that. I mean, just think about how he had to pull the thing out of the tiger and shove it up his ass.
Again, it was like, oh, good, we're gonna do a shove it up his ass joke. I mean, and even the whole reason that they had to send the freaking second dose anyway.
Oh, dude, that was hilarious, though. All right, spoiler alert. He says it's gum. The guard eats it, spits it out, so he gets the poison in him.
Mm-hmm.
I love that every time he comes, he's, so you feeling all right? You doing okay?
You work out?
You work out? Yeah, no, we're just, I love the, one of the last times, he's like, you're concerned about my welfare, my well-being is bothering me, or whatever he says, I can't remember.
It's certainly increasing my suspicions.
That was hilarious. I don't know, I thought that was really funny every time you saw that guy. Going back to the beginning, come on. I don't know, the whole Eminem coming out as gay. Tell me you didn't laugh when that happened.
I don't know. I kind of looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I could see it. But I mean, I don't know. It's like when Ricky Martin came out. It's just like, yeah. No, I understand it's comedy and he's not gay. Just like, whatever the fuck his name's not bald. No, it wasn't.
Rublo.
Yeah, it was funny. But even, again, Franco ruined it for me with his overacting and his white guy trying to be black rapping thing where he's waving his hands around. And,
oh, dude, the one thing with him that bothered me, his signature, the chin to the hand thing. You didn't notice that he would do that all the time? I'm Dave Skylark.
Oh, yeah.
And then Kim Jong-un kept doing it with him. It's like, yeah, I love that.
I did enjoy the opening montage where all the serious newscasters were doing their thing, and then he pops out and he's like, "Oh, Eminem's bad to the elderly." So it just sort of showed him, or when Rogan runs into his high school buddy or college buddy, and, "Oh, your job's different from mine. We have the same job." No, we don't.
No, I work for 60 Minutes. You make fun of celebrities or whatever it was, but yeah.
Yeah, you built that up, didn't you? They were nothing before you. They were around for like 80 years. I mean, it was those kind of quips from Rogan that kept me watching the movie. Actually, what honestly kept me watching the movie is the fact that I then had to review it, so I really needed to watch it. But I'll tell you, and I made a note of it as soon as I decided that I didn't want to continue watching the movie. Was 8 minutes 12 seconds in when Franco got up on the podium and started golluming.
Oh God!
I was like, I'm done with this movie.
No, that was a bad part. I did notice something.
What's that?
We fell off of a trend on a lot of movies. It's been several episodes since we've had this happen. This is the first movie in a very long time that we saw tits. I don't remember what time exactly it came in. I don't know if you...
Nah, I wasn't really paying attention.
I mean, it was
we
only
saw
for
tits in,
a brief second. But
the last movie we saw tits in was Stretch.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even mention it then, though. But it popped up to me, and while I was watching this one, I was like, oh, wait, it's been a while since we've
Not the ones
it.
I wanted to see, though. It's never the ones you want to see.
Yeah, but anything else to rag on with the movie?
Oh, plenty. But I'll be polite to you guys. We had the scene at the end when everyone's getting their fingers bit off.
Oh, God. That drove me nuts. Like, he just bit right through.
How hard is it to bite a finger off?
It's got to take some pressure.
Yeah. Right when she pulls up the RPK.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it belt-fed and have a drum mounted to it?
I was wondering about the drum mounting, if I was
Yes,
wrong about the gun.
You can mount a drum to that weapon, or you can belt feed that weapon. Why would you do both?
Didn't even see. I didn't think about it then. I just at this point I was like, okay, there's so much shenanigans going on that paying attention to what's going on with the gun was one of the least of my worries.
Also, the AK-47s were wrong.
How so?
They were European.
Oh.
Korea would use either Norinkos or surplus Segas.
And what were these?
They would have been Yugos or Vossers. They would have been the easiest way to tell. Look at the back of the magazine. The Chinese ones have a smooth back, and the European ones are joined together with a seam on the back of them. So they were the wrong AK-47s.
No, you don't have anything around here.
Well, I mean, I got the one right there, but I don't have a metal one around. But yeah, the AK-47s were wrong. I also liked the scene at the DMZ when they're in the conference room together watching the interview on the telly in there.
Mm-hmm.
That room is the only area in Korea where both sides have access to it. You know about the demilitarized zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a border crossing there where basically guards line up and stare at each other, but there's a room between them, and that was the room that they were in at the end of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just a brief little flash in there. They were in that room. They were just showing the guards watching, and the South Koreans were laughing, and the North Koreans were all pissed off. But
yeah, I remember that. I didn't know that was the point of showing
that. That is the only place where both North Korea and South Korea have access to. The idea was that it would be a room that they could hold talks in, because technically they're still at war.
Mm-hmm.
There was never an armistice. They're just under a ceasefire for the past 40, 50 years.
So, are margaritas and Katy Perry, is that gay?
I beg your pardon?
Liking Katy Perry and drinking margaritas, is that gay?
No, it just means you don't have any taste.
Okay. I just want to see what you had to say about that.
See, I don't know about, and I'm guilty of it too. But I don't know why people say things are gay. People are like, oh, it's like, yeah, you're not a man, you're gay. Are you kidding? Gay people are manly as hell. They fuck men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
I don't have what it would take to suck a dick. That takes work, man. Kudos to all you people that do. I love you. I couldn't do it. I also couldn't drink a margarita. So yeah, they could be gay.
I've had a couple here and there, but...
You had one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
With a beer in it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's not bring that up again.
Ugh.
But, no, that was one of those stupid James Franco ongoing jokes. And the only reason I really thought it was funny was at the end when they're blowing up the helicopter and then they start playing that song. I mean...
Firework?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the song?
I don't know.
Good enough for me.
Baby, you're a firework. That's the only line in the song I ever knew before this movie.
They play it at work. I hear it at work all the time.
Yeah.
It's in rotation.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I get it twice a day. They play Pink, too. I don't know if she's still popular. But that scene at the end where, they're in a tank and they're fighting a helicopter. That is not... I would not want to be in a tank versus helicopter situation.
Yeah.
No, helicopter's going to have the high ground. Then they're like, oh, well, we're in a tank. Let's shoot them down. And they go for the main gun. No. No. Pop the hatch, use the machine gun. Because that's what's going to do the damage. Grr.
Well, not in this movie, it didn't.
Yeah, it's very difficult to hit a close, fast-moving object with a main gun of a World War II-era Soviet tank. A gift from Stallone.
Oh, God, that was Stalin. No, in America we say it's Stallone.
Ugh. The whole movie was that for me. Every time he opened his mouth, I was like, ugh.
I don't know what it is. I like Seth Rogen. I enjoy most of his movies. But
I like Seth Rogen.
Franco is... he gets on my nerves.
Apparently he's been in things.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any of them right now, and I'm probably blocking them out.
He's been in a good handful of stuff. Son of a bitch, I can never remember the name of the show, and it's a show I like a lot. Oh, Freaks and Geeks. He was in it with Seth Rogen and Jason Segel. There's a lot of names in that show, actually. Only lasted one season, which was really sad. I like that show a lot. I think it's on Netflix, if you get a chance.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of it.
I'm a big fan of that show. I liked it.
I haven't watched it enough to really form an opinion. I mean, I've been in the room when it's been on, but other than that. So what did you think of the movie turning out exactly the way Franco said it would?
I don't know how I felt about that. Because at first I'm like, oh God, dude, this guy's opening his mouth. Just shut up. Like when he's in there talking about how it's going to end. Mm-hmm. And then everything he said happens. You're like, part of me was like, oh, I see what they did there. And then the other part of me was like, God damn it, he was right.
Oh, yeah. You hate it when people you don't like are right?
Yeah. That drove me nuts a little bit, honestly. I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting how they did that, but... Oh, one of the worst things when he's like, he finds out the fake grocery store and the fake food and all this and that, and he's like, wait, there was a fake fat kid. Like, what? No, it was just a fat kid. Like...
Well, there aren't a lot of fat people up there. The other thing is there aren't a lot of insects up there. There isn't much wildlife at all. Because anything that's been made out of meat has been eaten. Because they really can't feed their own people. I don't know. Kim seems to find himself plenty of food. But
yeah, apparently. And everywhere he goes, he
like
has to
Sally
ask if he's going to eat
Struthers
that.
in Ethiopia. I don't know if that's the right name or not.
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. No, I
His
love
children are starving. You seem to be finding enough.
I love the internet memes that show him. He's pointing at stuff and they're like, you gonna eat that?
If you actually look at the pictures over the course of his, I guess, presidency, his eyebrows are getting smaller and smaller and smaller by the year.
Really?
Yep.
I haven't.
Someone pointed that out to me. They're like, no. And somebody else took one of those big Easter Bunny peeps, smashed it down a little bit. It looked just like... It was great.
That was one thing. I thought the guy that played Kim Jong-un, he was funny.
Yes.
I liked him.
Yes, he was.
But he wasn't fat enough.
No, he was not.
But he was funny. He made me laugh. And
really, the two main Koreans were probably the best in the film.
Oh, Kim Jong-un, the chick.
Yeah, Suk.
Yeah, they did definitely help.
He is. I can't think of his name right now. Let's see if he's Korean. Probably Park. But he's on that. There's a sitcom just came out.
Mm-hmm. You know, it takes place here in Orlando. Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't. He's in that.
I haven't seen an episode of it, but I've seen the previews, the commercials for it, and yeah, I realized he's the dad in that.
Yeah. So like he was a nobody a couple years ago and last year, and now he's
because of this movie, I'm guessing.
No, it can't be because of this movie.
What else has he done though? I don't know.
Well, this movie was just released at the beginning of the year.
It wasn't even technically released. It was just because they wouldn't put it in theaters because of that whole Sony bullshit.
Let's actually hold off on that a little bit. I want to do the movie review based on its merits. I mean, obviously we're going to have to talk about that, but
okay.
I want to base the movie review just on the movie itself.
Gotcha.
But we will get back to that. Don't worry.
Well, all I was saying is that got held off, so it never got out, and then it was put up online. Now it's on Netflix. Yeah. So interesting release.
I don't think there's been enough time for him to have skyrocketed to fame because of this movie, and then suddenly be in a sitcom. That sitcom would have had to have been a production
before this movie
beforehand.
was. That's true.
So I don't think that, his being chosen for that sitcom has anything to do with this film.
Obviously, you weren't really a fan.
Obviously not, no.
What are you going to rate this one?
Ooh. I'll tell you, I like the idea of this film a lot more than I liked this film. We're going to give it a 4 out of 10. Just because it did make me laugh at some points. But I don't think enough to hold my attention for a full hour and a half. I, at several occasions paused the movie just to see how much was left.
Really that bad?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So 4 out of 10.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say a 6 stink dicks out of 10.
Stink dick.
That was, I had to say that. We didn't mention that in the review. That was,
Terrible.
come on, man. Like,
It was fucking terrible.
yeah. Shut up. Fuck, whatever. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to give it a 6 because I did watch it twice. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I'll watch it again at some point later down the road. Give it some space so I kind of forget about it. Get some laughs again one night, maybe when I'm drinking. So 6 out of 10.
Okay. Well, now you know where we stand on the interview. Let us know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, we're going to drag the trash can over here and see what we're going to watch next week.
All right.
Ooh, Dead Snow.
Dead Snow. That's the Nazi zombie frozen thing going, right?
I think it is.
All right.
All right, well, Dead Snow. Go ahead and fire up Netflix, queue up Dead Snow, give it a watch. Come back here and join us next week and hear what we thought of Dead Snow. Also, let us know what you thought of Dead Snow. We're definitely going to have to talk about the controversy around the interview. You can't talk about the movie without talking about that, but I want to go ahead and give you your quiz first.
I don't think it really matters.
That's okay. It's all stuff that's been in the news.
Yeah, because I'm such a good news advocate.
It is your job.
That's true. Damn it. Suck at my job.
What I've done here, with the help of the internet, is compiled a quiz on the Kim Dynasty. These are all going to be questions about all 3 of the glorious leaders. The Kim Dynasty.
Fantastic.
Do you know anything about the Kim Dynasty?
Not really that much, no.
Good. All right. Good news is, these are all multiple choice. So you should get at least a quarter of them right, just by guessing.
Okay.
So if you don't get a quarter of them right, you're an idiot.
Okay.
Number 1. Kim Il-sung is recognized by North Koreans as the founder of their country, but he had foreign help. What country aided his rise? China, Imperial Japan, the Soviet Union, or the United States?
I'm going to say Soviet Union.
You are correct. So yes, the Soviet Union. Kim Il-sung's rise was backed by the Soviet Union, who at the end of World War II had occupied the region that would become North Korea. So that's 1 point out of 1. You're at a 100%. Do you want to quit now?
Yes.
Too bad. Number 2. The Soviet Union didn't choose to back Kim Il-sung arbitrarily. He was already prominent in Korea. What was he known for? Acting as a deep-cover spy in World War II, being a guerrilla fighter against the Japanese, inventing new techniques for farming, or leading non-violent protests against the Japanese occupation.
I'm going to say the second one.
Being a guerrilla fighter?
Sure.
That is correct.
Seriously?
Yep.
All right.
As early as the 1930s, Kim Il-sung was famous as one of the leaders of Korea's anti-Japanese fighters.
All right. I got 2 out of 2. Can I quit now?
Nope, you can't quit. Number 3. Once in power, Kim Il-sung began building a cult of personality for himself. Which of the following was a legend about himself that he promoted? That he could turn pine cones into bullets, that he cut down a tree with a single swing of his sword, that he walked on water, or all of the above?
I'll say all the above.
That is correct.
Seriously? That he said all 3 of those things.
According to officially propagated legends about Kim Il-sung, as general, he could be seen on horseback, carrying an enormous sword, cutting a big tree down as if slicing a soft bean curd. And he turned pine cones into bullets, and grains of sand into rice. And he crossed a large river, riding on fallen leaves.
So that's where the whole kind of God thing for their family came from.
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting.
Number 4. Kim Il-sung invented and governed according to a philosophy called Juche. Roughly speaking, what is the main concept behind Juche? Absolute fidelity to the Kims, harmony among peoples, military might over all, or national self-reliance.
I'm going to say military might overall, just because of the way the country's been.
That is actually incorrect.
Oh.
A derivative of Marxism, Juche stands for national self-reliance, putting Korea's well-being and interests above that of all other nations. Number 5. Kim Jong-il was reportedly a master of many fields, including sport. What was his most famous alleged contribution to North Korea's 2010 World Cup team? He came up with the players' training regimen, he designed their cleats to make them run faster, he developed the high-tech fibers used in making their uniforms, or he gave the team his tactics via invisible telephones that he designed.
I really hope it's not the last one. What was C?
He developed the high-tech fibers used in making their uniforms.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
That is incorrect. It is D. He gave the
What?
team its tactics via invisible phones that he designed. The team's coach said that Kim Jong-il supplied the team with its tactics over unseen telephones of his own design.
You gotta be kidding me.
It is likely that Kim did in fact provide the tactics, as the team often tried an offensive style that did not fit with the coach's usual defensive mindset. I seriously doubt, though, that it was over invisible telephones.
Yeah.
It's probably little football-shaped notes.
Flicking them across the desk.
Get it? Football?
Mm-hmm.
Number 6. Kim Jong-il, who was a film buff, had a South Korean director, Shin Sang-ok, kidnapped to make movies for him. What was Shin's most famous North Korean movie about? A Godzilla-style monster? A love story set in medieval Korea? A semi-historical tale based on a play written by Kim Il-sung? Or a tale of Kim Il-sung's military victories against the Japanese?
Well, I'll say D.
That is incorrect. It is A. Shin produced 7 movies for Kim Jong-il, the most famous of which is Pulgasari, about a giant bull-headed monster. Shin and his ex-wife, who was also kidnapped, eventually escaped to North Korea during a film festival in Vienna. So it was a Godzilla-style monster movie, which I'd like to see, actually. Number 7. Kim Jong-il has at least 3 sons, the eldest of whom, Kim Jong-nam, was long believed heir to the throne. What incident is thought to have ended that possibility? He fell ill with a chronic debilitating disease, he had an affair with a powerful general's wife, he publicly denounced his father, or he was caught trying to visit Tokyo Disneyland using a fake passport.
Shit, really? That's my options.
Those are your options, yeah.
I like the Disneyland one just because it sounds ridiculous, so let's go with that.
That is correct.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my god.
In May 2001, Kim Jong-nam was stopped in Narita Airport in Tokyo while using a fake Dominican Republic passport. He told authorities that he was planning to visit Tokyo Disneyland. Number 8. Kim Jong-un has received numerous titles and honorifics during his ascension to power. Which of the following is not a title or honorific of his? Brilliant Comrade, Eternal Leader, Great Successor, or First Secretary of the Workers' Party?
I have no idea. What was the first one?
Brilliant Comrade.
And the second one?
Eternal Leader.
Let's go with that one.
Eternal Leader?
Sure.
That is correct. Kim Jong-un's grandfather, Kim Il-sung, is the only Kim to hold the title of Eternal Leader, which he received posthumously. Number 9. Dennis Rodman is not the only famous American to visit North Korea. Which of the following did as well? Boxer, Muhammad Ali, professional wrestler, Ric Flair, Google CEO, Eric Schmidt, or all of the above?
I'll just say all the above. I don't know.
All of the above is correct.
That's a lot more than I expected.
Flair and Ali visited as part of a diplomatic mission in 1995, according to Flair's autobiography. Schmidt visited in 2013, just a month before Rodman did. Number 10. Which member of the Kim dynasty has spoken least in public? Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un, or none of the Kims have spoken in public?
Oh, we all know Kim Jong-un has. So I'm going to say Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il is correct. Do you know which one Kim Jong-il is?
It's his dad, right?
The second one. Kim Jong-il only ever spoke one sentence in public. Glory for the heroic soldiers of the Korea People's Army. A defector told Reuters that Kim Jong-il had a shrieky and sharp, high-pitched voice, which is why he avoided public speaking. So that is 7. 7 out of 10.
That's not too shabby.
How much of that was guessing?
All of it.
Very good. You guessed way better than you were supposed to. So now I want you to just throw out a couple of wrong answers so I can re-edit it and make you look like an asshole.
No.
Damn it. Okay. I guess the people will get the real story.
Yeah, I get it.
That you fart rainbows and can walk on water.
Fart rainbows.
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck beef jerky.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Why do people eat jerky?
I love beef
It's
jerky.
like eating a fucking belt.
No, beef jerky's good.
Ugh. Bacon jerky, maybe.
Yeah, I've had that too. It's weird.
Is it?
Yeah, it threw me off because I'm expecting the beef jerky flavor. And then you get this, like, almost fake, overwhelming bacon flavor.
Like Bacos?
Yeah.
You know Bacos are vegan?
No, I didn't know that.
Like, they're full-on vegan.
I did not know that.
Me neither. It's just one of those things. I was a vegan for a very, very, very short period of time. A month or two. And the things you learn. Like, there's bread that's not vegan because it's got horsehair in it.
What?
L-cysteine is made out of horsehair.
I don't even know what to say about that.
You don't care. You've been eating it your whole life and it's never bothered you yet.
Horsehair?
Yep.
I don't eat that much bread, but...
Yeah. Oreos. Oreos are vegan.
Yeah?
Yeah. But not the fake ones. Only the real Oreos. The Hydrox has, I don't know, monkey turds in it or something. What's that? Vegans really don't eat honey. I know. They generally substitute honey with agave nectar, which I will say is wonderful. It's really good. That's probably my favorite thing that I ever found from veganism. That and beef. I'm not kidding. I never ate red meat before, but coming back out of it, I eat hamburgers now.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the only time I ever ate red meat was like Taco Bell, which who knows what that is. But yeah, I'll eat a burger now. Or cheesesteaks.
Yeah, cheesesteaks are good.
Which, again, is never something I would eat beforehand.
Interesting.
So, I swung one way, and then I went even further back the other way.
All right. Great segue.
So, as I was saying, yeah, I suppose it was a good segue. But like I was saying, you can't talk about the interview without talking about all the controversy surrounding it. And there's plenty.
I didn't understand the whole controversy of it. I mean, obviously, it's demeaning to North Korea to an extent. But other than that, I didn't understand why it was such a big ordeal with them shutting it down, not putting it, theaters not going to put them in. I mean...
Well, we got to start at the very beginning here. And this is one thing that the movie did touch on in its own mocking way. As we discussed there, the cult of personality that the Kim dynasty has. That they are deities or gods among men. And to have a film mock them openly, that is like the worst thing we can do to them, to show them that we don't take them seriously. Because they're bullies. They're world bullies. People like Putin, though, who I saw in the news last week, people are diagnosing him with the mild form of Asperger's syndrome. Completely unrelated, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they want the center stage. They want to fire off their shitty little missile into the ocean and get everybody to look at them and take them seriously like they're a real country instead of just the failed state that they are. When movies like this come out, we laugh and blow farts in their general direction. It pisses them off. It pisses them off fiercely. So they have to rattle their sabers. And, they did it this time with a hack, where they went into Sony, released the scripts of 4 upcoming films and the financial information of pretty much anybody who's ever done anything with Sony. Which is fucking devastated. There are a lot of people whose lives are in financial chaos right now because of this. So, like I'd said earlier, I like the idea of this movie being released far more than I like the fact that this movie was released. But I know there were a lot of people that I know personally were like, well, I gotta go see it now. I want to see it. I even thought it myself when they were like, oh, well, they may not release this movie because of threats. I'm like, well, I want to fucking see it now.
Yeah. I was kind of like indifferent about it until that happened, and I fell on that same bandwagon. I wanted to see it.
It's, I was actually doing a little research on it. It's called the Streisand effect, after Barbara Streisand. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, fucking 10 years ago for all I know, somebody was taking pictures of the California coastline for an erosion study.
Okay.
So they just went along the coastline in a helicopter and took pictures of all the property there. And in one of those pictures was Barbara Streisand's house. And they were all available for download on this website showing coastal erosion. Well, Barbara Streisand found out about this, got all pissed off, and sued to have the photo of her house removed. Now, at the time she filed the lawsuit, the picture had been downloaded 4 times. 2 of those 4 times were her lawyers downloading the picture. So 2 people had looked at this picture. But when news got out, oh, Barbara Streisand doesn't want people looking at pictures of her house. Why not? Click, let's go look at it.
Right.
44,000 times, like in the next couple of days, people downloaded that picture. It's one of those things where when you try to censor something, people immediately want to see it.
Yeah. That was one of the things when all this controversy came out with Sony and everything. I was skeptical at the time whether or not they were doing this on purpose or if this was a real attack, a real issue. I didn't know too much of the details. Most of what I had heard was just discussions on the radio. So, and of course, that's still controversy because just like you said, if you try to censor something, it's going to make people want to see it more. They're going to want to know more about it. You know, you put up a new photo on a celebrity and then you take it down. Everybody's going to want to go see it more so than they did just because the picture was up or anything like that. It doesn't matter what it is. You try to stop it, people are going to want to know what it is more. So I felt for, at least for a minute, I was wondering how much of this was a publicity stunt compared to reality.
I mean, there's still the conspiracy theory out there that it's an inside job. And I thought it too. It's like, well, maybe it's the only way they can sell this shitty movie. Because there is no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to something like this. The controversy really helped the film. I think it made $4 million opening weekend at the theaters that it did show at, and then when it was released digitally, its digital release made $40 million. You know, because, you know, it was before they put it on Netflix, it was on for rental. YouTube had it for rental. A lot of places had it, you know.
I think Amazon. And,
made $40 million. But the thing that makes me think that it was, in fact, a foreign attack rather than an inside job is just the sheer losses that came as a result of these leaks. Even I refuse to believe that a company would be so callous as to trash everybody like that to make a little bit of money. Which I know that I'm saying it out loud, and you're staring at me like that makes it seem, you know, of course, but the amount of money that the company lost versus what they gained, it was either not an inside job, or it was an incredibly stupid idea.
Yeah.
So, the FBI has stated that the specific code that was used, the malware in the attacks, they have seen used by North Korea before. So the FBI has concluded that it is, in fact, a North Korean attack. And about a week later, the North Korean internet went down.
Interesting.
Yeah. What internet? That's the thing that I get from it.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. What, I didn't even know that there was, or I can't say I didn't know because I should say I never thought about that there are, North Korean hackers. That never crossed my mind before.
Well, this is a new age. Cyber warfare is a thing now.
Yeah, anonymous and
not just anonymous.
Oh, did you hear they attacked ISIS?
Yes, and apparently there's an online Islamic caliphate that attacked. Who did they take over today? USA Today or something.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard about that.
I mean, the internet is a battleground now as well. Yeah, knowledge is power and information is weapons, so that's the age we live in.
And it's getting worse and worse.
But yeah, I don't like to throw around the T word, because Republicans have been throwing it down for everything. But this North Korea attack was a terror attack. It was a terrorist action. Just by the definition of it. You know, we want you to do something, and if you don't do it, you know, yeah, we've got more information. We'll hack you again, you know. If you release this movie, remember what happened on 9/11. Expect that again. That is using fear to try and get a reaction or get a specific response from somebody else, and that's what terrorism is. This was a terrorist attack.
No, that's exactly true.
I'll admit, the thought crossed my mind too. Well, if I don't see this movie, then the terrorists win. If you haven't seen this movie, go ahead and let the terrorists win. The movie wasn't very good. Let them have it. Let them have their fun. It's North Korea, though. North Korea is 1% pure evil, 99% hot air.
I'll be honest, this week was a bit slow for news, so I got some news stories and some headlines. You tell me what you think.
All right.
We'll go from there. How's
All
that
right,
sound?
we'll see what we got.
I've got here a girl born with pregnant twins.
That's not news.
Okay. Florida man puts drug dealer down for occupation on his own arrest report.
Florida man?
Yeah.
That's not news.
Okay. Americans are spending their gas money savings on more gas.
Yeah, that's not news.
Oh, all right. This goes back to a story I had said several weeks ago. Woman engaged to Charles Manson just married him for his corpse.
That's not news.
All right. Buying a home is easier if you're white.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop the fucking presses. That's not news.
I wasn't a big fan of that one either. A man set dog on the police and then he bit them himself.
Florida?
I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
Probably. That's not news.
Yeah. Kanye West jumps on stage after Beck wins Album of the Year Grammy.
No, it was Taylor Swift.
No, this was again. He did it again with Beck.
So Kanye West is a jackass?
Yeah.
That's not news.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, energy drinks significantly increase hyperactivity in school children.
Are you shitting me? This isn't news.
That's apparently new research.
How much fucking research do you have to do? If I give this guy a fucking Jolt Cola, he explodes. It's not news.
Let's see. Well, I only got a couple left here. Texas professor, he is living in a dumpster for the past year.
Teachers make shit. That's not news.
Okay. Let's see. Police say that if you open fire on them, they will most likely shoot back.
That shouldn't be news.
Apparently it was on, that was actually on local news the other day, on the TV. Let's see here.
I don't have a TV, so. Well, Mike, you're slacking a bit. You gotta give me something here. Do you have anything that's actually news?
This is my last one. I'll give this a shot. Sheriff makes policy changes after man shot 16 times in bed.
That's not. No, that is news. Good job.
Okay, I found something.
Yeah, tell me about that one.
Well, apparently this was in Seattle, because it was from the Seattle Times. The police officers entered a home as a man on parole, missed his probationary date, and they went in the house looking for him. There was another man in the house, threatened them, and he reached in the side of the bed. Police automatically thought he was going for a gun, and they shot him 16 times without even seeing a gun or allowing anything to happen.
Did the guy have a gun?
There were guns in the house. That was confirmed. Well, it says here, sheriff's office in a series of reviews concluded the shooting was justified, but found fault with the decision-making by the officers that led up to the confrontation, according to documents obtained by the Seattle Times. Apparently, he had said he had a gun, but there were no guns found in the room.
The only thing dumber than yelling to a cop that you have a gun is yelling to a cop that you have a gun when you don't have a gun.
And then you're reaching for... What was he reaching for? I can't even find that.
A flashlight? A remote control?
So
heroin needle?
He's reaching for something, and the police just take him down like that.
So did he live, or...?
Apparently the man lived. He's in critical condition, but he was mostly shot in the arms and legs. So he's now pressing charges against the sheriff's department.
He's not pressing anything without arms and legs.
Yeah. That's about all I got for the week, though.
Well, congratulations, you brought me a news story.
Yeah. Well, I got a Valentine's Day one, but it's really stupid.
Valentine's Day is really stupid. Let's hear it.
The Newark's government is selling 100 lots for $1,000 each to any couple who is willing to build and live, make Newark their home on that land.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's about it. They're doing it as a Valentine's Day special.
Ugh.
So
But
yeah,
it's in New Jersey.
yeah. Half the people from New Jersey don't even want to live there.
Not one livable place.
So that's what we got for the news. I'll do better next week, I promise.
Well, if something happens.
I'll make something happen, man. Next week's my birthday. There got to be something that'll happen.
We report the news by making it.
I have one goal, though. Next week is my birthday, and I just do not want to be in the news headline.
I'm having that Cinnabon. It's up to you whether or not we're in the paper tomorrow. This week's episode of the Close Enough Podcast was brought to you by A Clockwork Garage. Clocks, keychains, and more. Visit www.aclockworkgarage.com. Our audio technician is James Hyamdahl. We definitely want to hear from you. Send your questions, comments, concerns, music, and movie suggestions to closeenoughradio@gmail.com or visit our Facebook fan page, Close Enough Radio. Now over to Mike for this week's local band.
This week's local band is on Dr. Gone Records. They're a garage pop rock surf band out of Wilmington, North Carolina. It is the Sidewalk Babes with their song, Whore o' Florm.
I can't stay while she walks away. swallows shut as she goes to sleep. Eyes swallow shut and you know she's deep. Eyes swallow shut as she goes to sleep. Then you know I don't care. Fuck you, yeah. We're looking at me, and at me, and at me, and at me, yeah. Eyes swallow shut as she goes to sleep. Then you know I don't care. Fuck you, yeah. We're looking at me. In this heart of mine, you know what I will find. It ain't so real. Oh, what I feel in this heart of mine, you know what I will find. It ain't so real. Oh, what I feel. Eyes fall shut as she goes to sleep. Eyes fall shut and you know she's deep. Eyes fall shut as she goes to sleep. Then you know I don't care. Fuck you, yeah. We're looking at me, and at me, and at me, and at me, yeah. Eyes fall shut as she goes to sleep. Then you know I don't care. Fuck you, yeah. We're looking at me. Eyes fall shut as she goes to sleep. Then you know I don't care. Fuck you, yeah. We're looking at me, and at me, and at me, and at me, yeah. Eyes fall shut as she goes to sleep.